mystery that lasted almost 40 years ago. The disappearance of Etan Patz. Etan Patz, a 6-year-old boy, vanished while walking 2 blocks to a school bus stop on May 25, 1979. Now, almost 40 years later, a man who worked in a shop along Etan's walk to school is convicted of killing and kidnapping Etan Patz. He was sentenced 25 years to life.
Etan Patz, one of those first faces to stare at us from the milk carton.
The man who confessed to killing Etan Patz, who disappeared 33 years ago today, is due in court in a matter of hours.
Etan's mom kisses him goodbye and watches him walk toward the bus stop.
May 25th, 1979. It was a hectic morning in the Patz household. It was the last day of school before Memorial Long Weekend. Mrs. Patz runs a daycare, so she is always very busy in the mornings, just trying to get everything ready with, she has 2 2-year-olds that she takes care of. One is her own son, another one is not, and then she also has Etan that she has to take care of. So it was just overall a very chaotic morning. Etan recently has been pushing to be more independent, so with his mom being so busy, he saw that as an opportunity, and he wanted to walk to school by himself, which Etan quickly responded saying, "It's fine, Mom, I can do it," which any normal kid at the age of 6, I feel like I was probably like this at that age too. If you're wanting to do something alone by yourself, I feel like it's almost just natural to respond that way, as if you can do it, I know I can do it, even though it's possible that you might not be able to do it in the long run. So the mother, with some hesitation, she did agree, so Mrs. Patz walked him outside, and he walked away carrying his $1 bill because he was going to be grabbing, he wanted to grab a soda before he got on the bus. When Etan did not arrive home after school that morning, Mrs. Patz, of course, became worried, so she started to call around the neighborhood, trying to find where Etan was, and she then learned that Etan did not make it to the bus stop or school that morning. Etan's images spread rapidly throughout New York. He was on news articles, television programs. Etan was actually the first missing child to be on a milk carton. There are videos of neighbors remembering, police going door to door, apartments room by room.
Of the frantic search for Etan Patz and his disappearance without a trace from their Soho neighborhood still haunts Jansen's and her daughter.
My daughter told me, Jocelyn told me, that she still has anxiety about something like that happening to her kids. So I think he deserves justice. Etan deserves, his family deserves it.
The disappearance was known far beyond just the city of New York. President Ronald Reagan classified May 25th National Missing Children's Day. And despite all the attention that Etan's case was getting, unfortunately, years and years went by and there were still no answers. In 2000, investigators spent hours searching the basement of a suspect named Mr. Ramos, but unfortunately that turned up with nothing. And then in 2012, the authorities dug up the workshop of a man who had actually, in fact, gave Etan the $1 bill that he carried when he was last seen. But unfortunately, there was still no answers. A few weeks went by, and a man from New Jersey reached out to the investigators. He believed that his brother-in-law could have been responsible for Etan's disappearance. The name of the brother-in-law is Pedro Hernandez. Almost 33 years to the day after Etan's disappearance, the police announced they made an arrest. The core of this case against Mr. Hernandez is only based on his words. He came forward to investigators and said that he had lured Etan into a basement with a soda that he had from the shop that he had worked at. So unfortunately, without any crime scene, they could not pull evidence. So prosecutors have had very little to work with in this case. So in 2015, the judge had declared a mistrial, And after 4 months of doing a retrial, Mr. Hernandez was found guilty of kidnapping and murder.